What's up, everybody? We're finally at the final MMR qual. This is set to be a very interesting race, as always. And you're joined with comms here, Epic Yoshi and Fox. Say hello.
Hello. Apparently, Epic Yoshi's currently having mic issues. It'll be around in just a short moment once he sorts that out. So, just take a moment.
Also, ignore the mistake with the scene swapping. I swapped the wrong scene first. We're fine. It's fixing itself.
Hello, now I'm here. That should work. Yeah. Keybinds weren't
Awesome.
right for push to talk.
It's fine. We can hear you now, so everything is good. Also, one of the persons, there's some broken cropping. Give me a moment while I fix that. 3 and 4, right?
So have we seen what's on the ledge?
I believe they were saying it was a silver rupee.
Oh, well, you definitely grab that.
You might even just like do 3 cycles in a row, just farm them right out.
Actually, some people might
Probably
actually do
wouldn't go that far.
Nah, you get that, turn in Bank Reward 200, get a vanilla wallet.
Vanilla
5
wallet.
cycles right off the bat. Let's go.
Alright, well, I will leave it to y'all, and the race will be sent off as soon as the last person is ready.
There's still time for me to be a smooth jazz radio host in this life.
Fortunately, I don't have the voice for that.
I'm shocked that I do. Like, I feel like until I got my new mic, really, that I never even heard the sentiment of my voice being this smooth as it is. I don't know what I did. If anything changed or it was just the mic. The mic's just doing voice changing, making my voice better.
Potentially the mic, yes.
Deflect all compliments to external causes. That's what I always say. Anyhow, before the hash goes away, we got a stone mask, a bottle, a Romney mask, a Keaton mask, and a land deed. All very good items. If you want to endure the length of the siege.
A lot of the recent calls have been pretty... Hey, we're off. Like a lot of the recent calls have been pretty rude. Not the previous one, but the rest of them have. So, see if this keeps up with the theme.
Yeah, the second half of Quals have really been some interesting sets of logic happening. Everybody was saying in the beginning that they were too easy, and then MMR is just like, we got you. We can fix that.
Yeah, the qual yesterday was a jet. I did see the times on it. A lot of people finished like right next to each other.
Chewy looking to be our first person actually depositing the money. Voodoo Monkey, soon to follow. What is it we're seeing in the bomb shop? A insignificant item, I think.
I didn't catch what it was.
Everybody's going in, popping their eyes in, and then just turning in all their 100 rupees. So
We got magic in the tree, and we have an opponent start.
trying to work out if magic is advantageous to an opponent's start or not.
It's pretty much neutral. Got Gossip Stone's dead on the bottom right. Stockpot Inn's way of the hero. Iconic Canyon's a foolish choice, so Red Ball's Thongs leading to required progression in this one.
No Pamela today.
It's like Voodoo bought a bottle of red potion off a Tingle.
So our first bottle is currently out of logic. Oh, and to end off our season of Qualls coverage, we're going to have most of our restreamed runners on their fight for top 32.
So, to the top right, the Michi here has only done 3 races, and his best score is a 999 because he got second in one of the races. As long as he doesn't forfeit, I'm pretty sure he's gonna make it into the bracket stage. We also have
Imagine if
Voodoo on the
Mitchie
bottom
just
left.
decides, nah, 999, not good enough. We'll get a 1,000 pointer and just push that score directly down into the calculation.
Ooh, that's a PFI foolish right there.
Yeah,
That's
I'd say
saying a
that's
lot
a
with
pretty good thing to have. I was trying to decide in my mind if it was a good thing or a bad thing or like mutually or a somewhat annoying thing.
That's a very interesting hint to have when you have an opponent start.
You know, it is. It could be suggesting we have a late Zora mask.
We have Ice Arrow on Aliens today.
Not a great sign. Probably explains why Icana Canyon is foolish already.
Going to see how well people can route into aliens in this seed. I
Really
missed
hard
it.
to
There
tell
was
how it's going to route in until you see where that keg ends up.
Apparently we have a Swamp Way of the hero.
So that bottle could be put to very quick use. Or maybe it's simply on the day 2 grotto. Mandatory sound check would be nice. We did have a Romany mask in our hash. I'm kind of hoping on it. I'm always hoping on it, though.
Speaking of Romani's mask.
Yeah, there it is, right in the grotto as I'm talking about it. I don't know if chat brought it up because they saw it or not, but there is Romany mask right on the screen as I say it.
There was a bow on Sword School. Oh, That's where it was.
Okay, that's where it was. I saw the bow and I wasn't sure where it came from. So our magic is in logic. That's nice. Don't have to think too hard. We also have swamp spiders confirmed dead, I'm seeing from chat. I didn't personally see it in the hints, but apparently they're there.
You won't have Qualifier 14 shenanigans.
What was qualifier 14?
Picto box on ocean spiders, and it was required.
Oh no. Did it at least not lead into seahorses, or did it lead into seahorses?
It didn't lead into seahorses.
Imagine after going through the trouble of getting your Picto box, you would just have to go back and do seahorses too, unhinted seahorses. That'd have been nice.
Alright, so we're getting... did we see what was on the room key check?
You can't ask me.
I was bomb choose from chat. I don't know, stockpot and way of the hero generally doesn't say much just because like half the stuff is just like fetch items for your actual required stuff if it's not a room key or staff room, so it generally is bad if there's nothing in like one of those two checks.
Yeah, Stockbot has a good variety of different things to do, because you got a late check, you got an early check, you got a bunch of checks that require a bunch of different items. And then Grandma. I don't even know how to categorize Grandma. Cycle advancement check. Also, I'm seeing a report from chat that Vidya is using his fight stick today, and I approve.
Oh my gosh, memeing on the qual. And he's already qualified, so it's fine.
I think he's even done his full 7, so it doesn't actually affect anything. Unless he plays really well with his fight stick.
Stockbot in is silly. Once I rolled, I decided to turn on boss key shuffle, and it had a stockpot in way of the hero so that you could do midnight mean to get one boss key, and then from doing the temple that you finish, it gave room key, which led to another boss key. It was so silly.
I'm very happy that the rando can do this.
I put that scene in the scrapbook, I think, if I recall right. We got Postman's hat. Did Alf go to Great Bay by chance? Ah, that was Road to Sun Swamp.
I know I've seen some runners that are using Epona Song, but I guess they're just using it as fast travel. Because it is a little bit better than backwalking in terms of speed, but it's a bit of a trade-off, because when you're going around Terminal Field, you're getting on and off Epona all the time. It's like, I'm not even so sure it's faster, but I think it's faster. It should be faster.
Yeah, I think it really depends on how long of a distance you're traveling.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't be using Epona to walk between every single check, but like if you're going from one side to the other of Termina Field is probably a good time to be riding Epona.
Speaking of convenient silver rupees on cycles, you got the freaking postman's hat leading to another silver rupee.
South Clock Town literally sitting here being like, hello, I'm stacked today. I'm going to be your sugar daddy.
At this point, it may take our runners a little bit to pursue the southern swamp way of the hero. Generally because they're probably going to try to run in Blast Mask. Voodoo's the only runner currently on night 1. No, Arrow, I don't believe you were missing any foolish locations currently. I don't think we've seen the third foolish. I think that bean in Swamp Spider House is logically bean locked, which is funny.
I think that it potentially can be, but is probably overridden if you have hookshot. I don't know.
Alright,
Two
well,
existing paths doesn't really negate needing one or the other, so I don't know.
well, we have light arrows on Milk Road Tingle. So, speaking of being able to farm money, now you can do it wherever. You got bow, magic, light arrows as your first items.
Have we seen Bank 2 yet, or Bank 1 yet, rather?
Not yet. I'm hoping we see it very quickly. Just, like, get it out of the way.
I'm impressed that by this point we haven't seen it.
Voodoo is doing swamp archery at this time, which is honestly pretty awkward. I'm not sure how he's going to handle the in-game time for Blast here. It's gonna be
Oh, this is the perfect time to do it. I haven't actually timed for myself how much time passes, but I know that if I have to stall for time, this is one of the things I reach for. I like to keep the long checks in reserve so that if I do have to wait, I'm going to do that check. Localized exclusively within Swamp Tourist Shooting Gallery? Can I see it?
it's gonna turn right about 12 once the timer ticks down. Or just a little bit earlier.
So when did Voodoo enter Swamp Shooting Gallery? Like 9:30?
Like right before closing.
Perfect.
Hey, wait, you're playing Song of Time? Okay,
I don't think he
alright.
wanted to. Oh, you don't need to invert, just walk.
Probably inverting for Blast here.
Oh, he's doing something else first. Well, he probably still
Definitely
has to go
wanting
hit
to.
the owl.
Yeah, definitely the owl. Meanwhile, Alf's not having the third try. Postman's okay.
I feel like I never handle Road to Southern Swamp very well. Like, I will run to the owl, and then I'll be like, I don't want to walk all the way to Swamp Shooting Gallery. I don't even want to check the hint stone, even though it's valuable. Like,
Well, we
it
have a
feels
hook
so
shot
inconvenient
there.
to walk there. Let's go, Tingle. Giving us another item. Is that Light Arrow's magic and hookshot that he's given us?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay. Is anybody a fan of rushing Shrine? Because it feels like this seed is wanting you to go to Shrine.
Just
All we
give us
need now
a
is
Gibdo
Iconic.
mask.
Yeah.
Never give us Garo. We don't want that. Keep it away. Michi having a similar idea with going to Swamp Shooting Gallery, but much more time on their clock.
See Blast Mask from Voodoo.
I don't know if Voodoo's wallet was full before he picked up that 100 rupee or not, but he's setting himself up to be able to buy whatever Blast Mask Lady stocks in the shelves. Didn't need to, because she just has more money.
He's probably not gonna be for the well, since well is a lot behind both Goron and Keg.
Took me a moment to process that, but yes, that is true. We do have our ice arrows on aliens. So that means Goron and Keg are further required to do anything in Upper Icana area. We get to see 4 aliens today, unless we got some ice arrow skippers. For legal reasons, that was a joke. You need to hover to skip ice arrows. And hovering is not allowed.
But if Keg or Goron and GBT, that's just gonna be funny at this point.
Look, we've had one, that's enough.
Yeah, we had one Keg in GBT.
As traumatic as that scene was, it was very interesting that by the hints, that scene was just solved by the point you find that cave.
Yeah, it was honestly a very quality of life that those two Way of the Heroes for those temples were there for that qual.
And to explain that a little bit further, we had that Snowhead Temple and Stone Tower Temple were Way of the Hero, but we didn't have the entry songs, nor did we have fire arrows or light arrows. So we knew that fire arrows had to be in one dungeon, light arrows had to be another. And it came down to which song was on the ranch to determine which arrow was going to be fire arrows coming first. And we were hoping for Snowhead song to be the one to do it in for us, but nope. They actually put fire arrows in uninverted Stone Tower Temple and then light arrows in Snowhead Temple. So there were, by my counting, there's 3 double dips, or 2 double dips, but everybody was saying 3 double dips. I don't know where that came from. Maybe they were all double dips. They were all double dips. No, Snowhead
I
wouldn't have
think it
been a
was
double dip.
just the logical double dip of GBT was
Yeah,
there.
GBT would have logically been a double dip, but nobody's going to physically double dip it because they're just going to do fire or skip. But if I keep talking too much about that seed, we're going to confuse what's happening here. So
We're
I'm
going to see our
out.
swamp checks from Elf first to actually getting to the swamp checks. Bomb bag, okay.
Bombs could be that southern swamp way of the hero. Bombs is actually a very interesting bit of early progression before you get your Goron mask. It pushes your way up to mountain, and there's a lot of, well, immediately off the top of my head I'm counting 3, but I don't know how accurate that number is, that are exclusively bomb locked. Namely, I'm thinking the bomber tunnel. Wow, that's apparently it. There's definitely more. Any bomb grottos, which we have 2 that exist in the mountain, 1 that exists in the graveyard. Night 2 grave is strictly bomb locked. Or explosive locked, I should say.
That said, if we do see another bomb bag anywhere that isn't bomb locked, we know that bomb bag isn't way of the hero. Oh gosh, that's a moon's tear up there.
Potentially required moonsteer. Let's go. Leading to Goron mask, I hope. Can that even work? Yeah, because the swamp guy will go to Clocktown and be like, oh, there's somebody here. I can't actually go here. And then the next time you reload the swamp scrub will be back in his spot. But if you talk to him, he will leave. So you run your way back to Clocktown to free him, and then he'll stay there. And what are we seeing from Honey and Darling?
Just
Just
more
more money.
rupees.
Vanilla, one may say. Land deed bait way of the hero. Now that's an expression. And it'd be fitting because we had a land title deed in our hash. I don't know why today I'm actually having retention of the seed hash. I don't focus on it that much, but my brain's just stepping up to the challenge.
Nothing in stump chest from Michi. Swamp Deed.
Are we going to have a backwards scrubs trade sequence? Swamp deed leading to land title deed leading to Moonsteer? We're going to need to find a Deku mask.
We definitely are. I was doing something I didn't think about doing, just casually gonna use the grandma story to make it day 3 right here. Or not, I thought going right to day 3. Might have been a mistake. Okay.
Alf's already been through the day 2 stuff, right?
Yes.
That was just one day skip. He didn't pack in 2.
Just one day skip.
And we're getting our first look at the ranch hints, I do believe, as Alf is our only final day contestant. Runner. Don't know where that came from. We turned into a game show all of a sudden in my brain.
It's a wallet.
I couldn't read that. That was too fast for me. Okay. That's a little gross. So we're going to keep that wallet in mind, but if it really comes to it, we are not going to get it. We're just going to use that one wallet to farm up to 500.
If it's a wallet, I would be very tempted to grab it, just because Stamp is really not too long. Yeah, and Road Tricana is our final way of the hero. So we need Goron or Lens for that. Because the pillar chest was nothing from what I recall.
I don't recall seeing the pillar at all, but good to know it was nothing.
I saw a few of our runners strip the pillar and didn't get anything from it.
So we could have a Keg, we could have a Deku mask if we find an earlier Goron mask, but that would be very sad.
And we have Beneath the Well Foolish. Not surprising at all. I'm like that.
Yeah, given the way this is shaping up, it's not surprising at all. I think we're a little premature to call this King Go mode. We don't have any transformation mask. Technically, we don't have any elemental arrows, even though we know where ice arrows are.
Yep, lights.
Oh, we do have lights. Never mind.
It's PF interior foolish. Did Alf not check the day 3 chest?
If Alf's personal tracker is correct, he does not have the hook shot.
Oh, this is checking the pillar from Alf.
Well, I'm going to guess his personal tracker is not correct.
We still have yet to see anybody go to Great Bay. Or we're doing the lone shack and graveyard.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Butler's nothing. Wait, has Alf really not done sword school yet? That bow is locking the hook shot.
I never do sword school until the end of my first cycle. And for those interested, sword school kicks you out at, I believe it's 11 o'clock. Possibly
Yes, that is
10
correct.
o'clock. Okay.
11 p.m. you get kicked out on night 3. So if he doesn't do it now, he will be kicked out for the rest of the cycle.
And if you've started the minigame, he doesn't care. You're getting kicked out. It's happened to me in 2 quals, I think.
You need to stop doing it so late. That's the entire reason. Just do it a little bit earlier, like at immediately night 3 or something, depending on your routing.
It's definitely not midnight. Midnight is when he opens up and is crying, but he kicks you out a bit earlier than that.
Yeah, Zoe, it's locked 11 p.m. to midnight. Alf's gonna get his bow. It's gonna feel a little bad.
I do know that the kick out trigger for getting kicked out at 11 is a little earlier than 11 because I've been getting kicked out enough times to notice it's not precisely on the hour.
I think this is probably going to be a staff room play.
Oh yeah, have we seen the staff room yet?
Nope.
That could very well be our next bit of progression.
Nope. Of course not. Whenever the in is way of the hero, it's never staff room.
It really isn't, huh? It's always when it's unhindered Wath that it's useful.
It's all generally like unhinted when it's required. Toilet hand, midnight meeting, the guest room with the room key, or grandma stories. The sea's got Great Bay wide open. We haven't seen anybody go there yet. All the Great Bay checks there are not Zora locked are available, except the ledge logically. Oh, that's a Bremen mask on the day 3 chest. Voodoo Justy Ranch. Probably feels
Honestly,
bad.
I don't know who's done what.
Right.
Pushing Zora Cape would definitely be a good idea right now with all the items we have.
Yeah, there's a lot of checks here.
A lot
Just
less
more.
when you don't have Zora Mask in your inventory, so it's a bit. It's a nice like final night cleanup area.
It's more dense than the mountains, so I was thinking there probably is something here.
Is it more dense without the Zora Mask in your inventory though?
At
I
least
feel like
with
they're on pretty equal footing, both in terms of time it takes to clear them out and the amount.
I'm not sure.
Definitely haven't timed it out for myself. Definitely a intuitive
It's just
feel perspective on that.
honestly like it's just there's more checks here. Whatever we're looking for is unhinted.
And we're saying right now that bombs are Southern Swamp Way the hero, right?
Could be.
But just as well couldn't be.
If it is the mountains, it probably is.
That's a good point, actually. Going to the mountains would be a good way to confirm Southern Swamp Way of the hero.
And speaking of mountains, we do have voodoo going up to the mountains.
And Curiosity Shop is confirmed dead, thanks to Alf.
Oh, there's Giant's Mask on the fish heart piece.
Nothing leading to Giant's Mask is ever Way of the Hero, but it is technically required by the placement algorithm to be able to put Giant's Mask before you're required to go to the moon. Or Twin Mold, rather, not moon. Giant Mask on Giant Fish, I suppose, yeah. Checks out.
Comes Cape Grotto, and then we're gonna see the mountain checks.
Something's gonna get us moving.
This is all we have left in logic. Oh, well, no, that's not true. We have lemons. We have lemons.
We do have lemons, huh? Where did Berman's Mask come from?
Day 3 chest in Clocktown.
Okay, so Chewy is our only runner right now that can get it. Mitchie will be able to get it once they catch up to day 3, though.
As long as they go to Cloud Town before, it's a pretty trolley check, all things considered. Right, here's Zoe Grotto. There we go. There's Taking Mask and Zoe Grotto. It's the second time that's been there in a qual. That's silly. Well, Gabe has the keg.
No keg go mode today. Okay, Swamp
Wow.
Deed giving out the Zora mask.
Wow. Zora's on the toilet hand again. Great.
And we've confirmed our bombs wave the hero then.
What did that say?
So our last wave the hero to find out is Road to Icana.
Well, there's the lens behind that Swamp Deed.
Goron mask on Shiro. Restream is just gonna find all 3 transformation masks in the span of minutes.
Where's that deed again? It was on
The bomber tunnel bomb locked check.
yeah, it was there.
And I do believe this is a new hint. We have Fisherman Game having Mask of Sense.
That's our second sometimes hint.
And we have all our foolishes.
I believe so. PFI, well, what was the third one?
Icana Canyon. Yep. There we go.
Yeah, Canyon.
So is there any required hint? What's always hint that we are missing?
Any always hint that we are missing? I think boat archery. I don't think we've seen that. We also have 2 of our Wave of the Heroes fulfilled now, so it was for Toilet Hand for Zora again. Second time I've been on comms in the recent quals for that.
Which
Boat
qualifier
archery
had the
instead.
pleasure of that?
Qual 14.
Oh, okay. Our trackers are informing us that we have seen that boat archery is dead. Insta-day.
Great. Voodoo might be in a little bit of trouble. He has not picked up that other deed and thought about doing Toilet Hand.
But he will be checking Shiro, so good chance that is our next bit of progression, and hopefully that doesn't steer too far away from going back to get that deed for Toilet Hand. But we will see.
Voodoo has Deku, so Toilet Hand's in logic.
Excuse me? Shiro giving a room key? Is Stockpot in the double way of the hero? And from Voodoo's perspective, this is looking like it's the actual way of the hero. Or was it Voodoo we were saying?
Yes. Hasn't done Toilet Hand.
But they don't have the deed for some reason?
Yeah, they didn't get the deed out of the he didn't get the deed out of the tree.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Oh.
That was Goron.
Double Wath.
This is looking like a fast seed. Like, it really just depends on the other song items. Who knows when Voodoo's gonna do Toilet Hand now?
Yeah, it could be a while, but Toilet Hand having Zora Mask, there might not be too much he can really stall with.
Michi's going for this to get to Deku Palace and not going to the end for Toilet Hand either.
Voodoo will be our only person who's going to get to Icana Canyon, or across the canyon rather. Or we don't have Garo Mask, we can't really say that for sure. I was going to say they'd be able to get to Icana Canyon and they won't have the Zora Mask and they'll just be swimming their way up to Secret Shrine. But that is not the case. Yeah, so one of our Way of the Hero stockpot in items was actually Way of the Hero based on our Southern Swamp hit that started with getting our bomb bag, and then we get our swamp deed off of the bomber tunnel, and then where did our lens come from? It was bomb locked. Lens was
in Goron Village.
Okay, so it was bomb locked by virtue of being in the mountain. And then you use Lens to talk to Shiro, which is doubling up another one of our Way of the Hero hints. And then you get Goron Mask. So, wow. Goron Mask was like, technically, the chain of it was all three of our Wath locations. Oh, the lens directly required the swamp deed, so that's why Voodoo didn't have the deed anymore.
Yeah, swamp deeds hard required.
That's nasty. That you're double using the deed like that. And there doesn't appear to be any other paper to, or
There
I
was
am
the
seeing a
mountain
track
deed
mountain, yeah.
in Road to Southern Swamp. I'm not sure why Voodoo didn't grab it while getting that red potion.
Oh, okay. That would have really helped Voodoo out then, yeah.
She's resetting after getting the swamp deed. Just go.
Oh no.
Better go back for it. Oh.
I feel like those of us who have been battle scarred by deeds would never Song of Time immediately on a deed.
I would never do that. It's way too risky. This Song of Time on a deed. I would just immediately go check. I guess. Okay, there's another bomb bag in Deku Palace right there. So, bomb bag loss really obvious now.
Yeah, and that bomb bag is definitely logically available before the bomb bag.
Definitely logically bomb locked because you can't get past the guards in logic. We got Lullaby in Deku Palace. He's gonna dive Snowhead to see if there's anything in there.
I completely forgot that Deku Mask was on Zoe Grotto. There's a lot of particular things to the logic of this seed.
How's going, PF? Like, this is... Like, PFI is foolish, and then this is still out of logic.
The exterior is out of logic right now?
Yeah, for him it is. No Deku Mask.
Oh,
Get a free bunny hood out of it. Where was Goron? Behind Shiro, behind a bunch of, behind like a logic chain where you had to get Swamp Deed. And out of the bomber's hideout to get your lens, to go to Shiro, to get your room key, to go to the guest room to get Goron. Big logic chain for Goron.
can we back up for why Deku Mask is required for Pirate's Fortress?
Why is Deku Mask required for Pirate's Fortress? Because the room key is locked behind Deku. And that... Oh, there's Gibdo in the back of Woodfall. So, alright, to explain, Deku walks Toilet Hand in logic.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
because the room key
There's no other
is-
option.
yeah, there's no other option.
toilet hand has to be logically accessed via your Deku mask. Wow. I'm going to let you handle all the recaps for the day.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm a big fan of just trying to make sure I understand what the logic's telling me. Like, it helps a lot.
It does absolutely help to be able to follow the logic when playing this game, because sometimes you can really play out like a lot of things about a seed if you know what the logic is restricting away from you. That said, my brain doesn't move very fast. It moves deep, but it doesn't move fast.
That said, Michi's in a pretty good position. Does he have the lens? I afraid it. I hope he did. Because this progression's kind of gotten all of our runners and thrown them for a loop. Yeah, it's definitely going to be.
Definitely an interesting final seed for our qualifier segment. Continue with what you were going to say.
Yeah, the end's just not nice, like, ever when it's Woth. Like, sometimes the end can just be mean.
I guess the end is the double-edged sword. Like, it's a very interesting region, but it's also very logically involved. Primarily because of all the things it does with locking the door.
That was great fairy sword. I couldn't tell. Thanks for that catch. Alright, yeah. Michi does have the lens, so gonna be able to get that room key. I hope he does toilet hand too.
Yeah, Michi has been taking a very long first cycle, and it seems like he's going with the slow and steady approach. And, like, make sure you clear out everything in the beginning of the game, and I think with this seed, it's going to help him out.
That Moonseer goes Fierce Deity.
We were hoping for the reverse scrub trade to something that was progression, but instead it gave us a Fierce Deity, which, you know what? I would like a reverse trade to Fierce Deity any day. Michi could be the first person to give us lemons, too. Oh. Michi, when did Gibdo come into our inventories?
Gibdo was in the back of Woodfall.
Oh, okay.
Alf is still doing stuff out of logic in Great Bay. This feels so bad.
From his perspective, at least, yeah. It is out of logic, and that's unfortunate, but...
Michi went straight to
fire arrows.
So Michi went straight to Woodfall after doing the mountain. Like, did Deku Palace. Like, the notable things are Gibdo and Volbai from the Woodfall region. But this PFI pool is Well, there's the other wallet. That's interesting.
Are we going to cap this off with Bank 3 Fire Arrow? Unhinted?
That would mean it. That would be logically locked by Captain's Hat. Where was New Wave? New Wave was on Baby Goron.
And Curiosity Shop 500 has been checked. I recall that it was junk, not specifically which one. Let's
There's fire
go.
arrows.
Speak it into existence.
So we're just missing song items. Are we in no mode? We are definitely not. We need. It really depends on the song layout.
There's a chance.
There's a
that we are
chance,
in no
but it's
mode.
pretty unlikely, all things considered.
Pretty unlikely, but we'll just have to wait and see. There's still time for an ugly captain's hat or an ugly mirror shield. It won't be too long until we see what's on eggs because we have at least Alf running for it. Looks like maybe Voodoo will be as well. No, they don't have Zora's Mask even. So yeah, the person with the least transformation mask is going to be the person to tell us eggs.
Oh, this is interesting. Well, she's gonna head up to the canyon to get the L, at least. Is he gonna do like the low percent shrine play?
He could. I think the biggest trouble I have with following the logic is retaining where all of my items came from to know that something's out of logic, especially with something like this.
Oh, Voodoo just got the keg. I'm so surprised Voodoo has not immediately inverted. Oh, it's gonna hit night. That's gonna feel so bad.
They're just going immediately to Song of Time. It's fine.
Do you?
It's second cycle now. I would say so.
Like, you have to wait for aliens anyway.
That's true. You could at least do aliens before you reset.
Oh wow, Michi's really doing the shrine play. At least grab Deku Nuts before you do it. The Deku Nuts make this a lot better.
I always forget to grab them, even though they're so easy to get a full refill on your nuts.
Like all of the Deku Nut spots in Shrine are all 10 Deku Nut drops. That's a very big tip for anybody who wants to do this with like so few items.
And another 10 Deku Nut drop comes from the Woodfall Owl. Not that that's ever going to be relevant when you're up here. Unless you're somehow preferring a route where you're going secret shrine into bottom of the well, and yeah, I don't know. You still wouldn't really be picking up. In that case, you'd be picking up your nuts from here. And actually, you wouldn't be preparing a forwards well if you were going to secret shrine. So we're going to pretend I said nothing.
Yeah, the forwards well, since like the big thing's just it's just foolish anyway.
Yeah, in this case, well is not up for discussion at all.
You know what's gonna be funny? Michi's gonna get Goron and Zora back to back.
He really is. Does Michi have his room key?
He has his room key. He has a deed. He's gonna get both.
Yeah, and he wanted time to pass until it would be midnight. So that kind of explains why pushing the shrine.
Mm-hmm.
And he has inverted since getting here, so that's good. Does Zora Mask improves getting to the shrine, but aside from that, doing the fights in the shrine, I don't think Goron and Zora are helping too much.
Yeah, they don't help that much. Oh, so Voodoo did reset time. Dang, that kind of stinks.
I guess Voodoo was just of the mindset like, yeah, I'm not making this, so I'm not going to try. But from what I understand of the clock, he definitely could have made it. Narrowly. But he would have made it. Although, in my case, I don't think I would invert because I hate using the inverted Song of Time.
It's best to use it strategically. Like, speaking of song items, that was healing on eggs.
Oh,
We're in for a fun time. So we need at least one more song item. We did find Sonata off of Romani's game right there.
Alf is also in a very good position to check all of the healing songs, too.
We just got a third bottle from the wart fight.
You know, that could very well come in handy if we determine that any of the healing songs are required. Otherwise, it does not matter.
All of them except Pamela.
Oh yeah, we can logically do Darmani as well, and we could even clear out the temple first, so you don't even need to climb the wall. Have there been scenarios where you get Darmani through springtime logically?
No, just because Armani hard requires lens no matter what.
It does hard require lens, yeah. Okay. I don't know how that detail slipped my mind. Darmani and Shiro are the two things that are hard lens locked.
There's a couple's mask in the shrine right there. Just gonna get the final chest. We'll see what's there.
And Voodoo is our first person to. Oh, he's trying to steal the chickens too. First person to do our lemons.
Not sure whether or not it's gonna completely pay out for Shrine. We'll have to see the couples match deck later.
True, Dungeon Rando would open up the possibility for doing things via Spring. But the Darmani problem would still be the same. And what do we have on our second healing check? Nothing. I would be down for Dungeon Rando in Season 3.
Alright. One mass for Michi. And we're gonna see the second mass for Michi as long as he does Toilet Hand. As long as he
was
does
very
Toilet
close to
Hand.
not. He was very upset for getting Toilet Hand. Wait, what do we mean by Season 2.5? We're going to have a winter tournament now? Let's go.
And there we go.
Michi is, he definitely had a reaction to that.
Looks like Michi on restream got clear advantage. Yeah. Fortunately for restream, you can't see Michi's reaction. He has face cam on whenever he does stuff. So
Commentary
he
gets a very nice view of it, but yeah, it does not come across as well to the stream.
I highly doubt Pichu time that Rupee Rando is gonna be in for these without some massive just like picking choosing what checks are good or not. Like Rupee Rando in this there are so many checks. There are over 600 freestanding items.
Get ready for the 1,000-question Google form.
It's actually what it would be.
Yep.
That's why I'm easy to end this cycle. Really should try to do some of these songs. Might think he's behind, but a lot of people just got trolled by the.
Yeah, Michi's thoroughness is going to be actually helping him out quite a lot.
Yeah, this Inwa is really trolly. It's two transformation mass in the end. 4-player multi-world, like all sanity, that sounds like an 8 to 9 hour experience if you're good.
2-day experience. Let's go.
Like I am an all sanity player, so like I'm speaking from I played this a lot. It's not going to be something that's
Just put the top 32 into a single multi-world game. 32 people, 32,000 checks.
Michi's going ranch. Alright, Alf peeked the lens. He's probably gonna realize he may need to come back for that pretty soon. Elias right. I didn't realize what music that was until Elias said. I believe that is Diddy Kong Racing. That's a Picto Box on Deku Playground. Nobody's done Deku Playground yet. Okay. We need both Captain's Hat and Mirror Shield.
Storms was what was on Oath. Let's go.
We've used up all our wasps. Unless if the end's just gonna pay out with more stuff. Because it totally could.
Grandma's Story just gives both of the song items.
You know, at this point, I'm really thinking Snowhead's the play. Once anybody gets fire arrows. It's got the most stuff behind it.
Do you think anybody's going to be skipping eggs on Restream?
No.
I feel like no.
It's honestly difficult to skip eggs in this situation. Like, these other two song items are still at large.
I'm not even, like, sure where is available for them to be at this point. It, like, in Dungeon seems like it's about the only place that hasn't been explored.
Either that or sewers, or
Yeah, sewers is available. A little strange it hasn't been checked, but it kind of makes sense if you're rushing your
Nobody's
eggs
got-
song.
nobody has Goron.
Oh, nobody that has access there. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Ooh, yeah, yeah, I guess for the song items, Stone Tower is still available.
First one we find is Elegy. We're gonna be on an oath hunt, and that's everybody's favorite experience. Having to search
Best,
for
best
oath.
thing the game can do. One thing I saw that was interesting in some all sanity settings that have been proposed is that you just start without oath outright. And I think in all sanity that's a very good idea.
Like your go mode in like all sanities is always either oath or the boss keys. But like the
Yeah,
thing
oath
about
and boss
oath,
keys are the same thing. Almost exactly the same thing, except for Snowhead
like the
Temple's boss key.
exception, like the exception is oath can be literally anywhere.
And each respective boss key can be anywhere except past their dungeon. And their boss container. But boss keys can have things locked behind them. Oath can't really have something locked behind it.
Well, we checked one of the foolish PFI checks and found Lair Mama, so we now know that's dead.
That is nice to know. Yeah, we haven't seen Letter to Cafe either, so that could lead to something. Sound check would be very nice to see one of your song items on sound check with the early Romanese mask. We have all our transformation masks now. It's only a matter of time. Once the desperation sets in.
How long do I think this seed will be? It strongly depends on where these song items are. It's extremely variable at this point.
And it's hard to tell, too. We don't have too many runners that are at the same point of knowledge that we are personally in the booth. So it'll take some time for everybody to catch up to everything that's known. And then past that, you gotta do the 3 dungeons you can do. And I imagine people will get their dungeons out of the way pretty quickly. And then there's the song hunt and doing Stone Tower. I feel like by about 2.5 hours, we'll see it down to just being song item searching. And from there, who knows? Is Wizrobe considered a bad check? That people don't actually check if they're going through Stone Tower without, or Snowhead without everything? I don't know why. In my brain, I am thinking Snowhead and saying Stone Tower today. I don't know why. It's happened like 3 times now.
Oh, that Goron.
So that sets up Alf actually fairly well in terms of items. I think they have everything except the known ice arrows.
Mm-hmm. Not getting too punished for missing Goron, at least. I think Kita from Voodoo.
Even though Alf was pushing all of the Pirate's Fortress stuff without Deku, it's probably fine in the long run because, like, not having Deku wouldn't stop you from doing things.
Finding fire arrows as a result is nice at this point.
Yeah, and early fire arrows might actually help Alf in the long run because they're not worried. So they're not worried about items in terms of go mode, just the song items. And they've already done eggs. That's another plus. They know that it's actually like all songs required. Hugo with the mirror shield. Yeah, let's go.
Hugo is short for Hungry Goron. So the Goron who you hand the rock slowline in the vanilla game to get the Dangero's mask. That's who we refer to as Hungry Goron.
It's such a brilliant shortening of a name.
Be a pretty trolly thing since a lot of aggressive players like to skip that check in general.
I'd say it probably doesn't hurt too much to do Hugo after everything else.
Why is Voodoo going into Shrine? I mean, not Shrine, into Iconic Castle.
Yeah, they don't even have fire arrows. I guess to check the well.
Check the pillar item.
Or yeah, fire arrows. That still wouldn't work out. You couldn't check the pillar, but I guess knowing what's on the pillar is at least good information.
So we are going to see seahorses from Chewy. So if Seahorses is something, Alf's gonna be in a lot of trouble.
And we haven't seen the back of the Oceanside Spider House, right?
We have not. And the back of Oceanside Spider House is still Captain's Hat locked.
Logically, sure.
So only thing
But that
we
would
could
make it even
find is
funnier if Seahorses had Captain's Hat and Mary Shield was on Ocean Spider.
yeah, that'd be pretty funny, yeah. Michi found gold dust in the Punch Rock Grotto and Road to Icona.
And lucky for Mitchie, it is only day one. It really hurts if you find gold dust on the final night. And on Mitchie's side, we're having him collect his fourth bottle, but he has gold dust in one of them, so unfortunate.
I think. Wait, did he? He only found the one there. In Shrine. So yeah, he should be at 4, right?
According to his tracker, he's at 4.
Oh, yeah.
The issue is one of his bottles has a gold dust in it, so I don't think he's been able to expunge it. I don't know where the gold dust actually was, whether he picked it up on the beginning of this cycle or the end of last cycle.
Alright, got Voodoo and Aliens now. Second Magic in Sewers. We're getting our first check of Sewers.
They do now. That board game has been created just by suggestion. Hungry Hungry Gorons would be so good.
Kamaro's Mask on Seahorses.
Okay, game, you can stop teasing us.
Who's gonna check it right away?
We do have our first restream ice arrows coming up on Voodoo's side. Voodoo, he needs to get that Zora mask pretty quick.
Oh, it's bait on seahorses. Dang.
Unfortunate. Meanwhile, on Elf's end, the only thing missing, quote unquote, is ice arrows. And for Michi, we have the fire arrows still out of play and the ice arrows. But those should come into his path pretty soon. I'm sure whenever he goes to do eggs, which is inevitable at this point.
Dang, hungry Guam from Michi.
And then on Chewie's end, we're missing a Goron mask.
I am actually surprised that Elf does not go to Snowhead here. I see why. Just not enough time to do it.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense to do the short dungeon because you don't want to get too wrapped up when you gotta be tending to aliens right away. That said, I don't see any play to invert, so he might just be rushing straight to Adolwa.
Should have enough time to clear the entire dungeon. It's so short. It's shorter than the others, so
He has enough time if he inverts, I feel.
definitely enough time. I think just in general. To do
Although
all
I
the
guess I'm
checks.
thinking in terms of just like physical time, where like when you're in this dungeon, you're almost in stop time all the time. Like you're going through doors, cutscenes are happening, you're opening chests. Like it feels like it's more than 4 hours of time, but it ends up being closer to 2.
Alright.
I do know that if you have an hour and a half on the clock, you cannot clear everything inverted. You do have. I guess your Adola has to go well.
EBT is just long, and a lot of in-game time does pass when you do it.
That's also true. Like there are virtually no doors in your path for Great Bay Temple. Woodfall Temple is full of doors. Snowhead Temple has a good amount of doors. The stairs are still doors, so yeah.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, Stone Tower has a lot of doors. Great Bay definitely has the least doors. Real fake stair doors. Do they at least do they stop time when you take the stair doors? Actually, I'm not sure. This is true. Stone Tower does have doors that are stacked on top of upside down doors. Or the ones on top are the ones that are upside down. Or are they? This is getting too philosophical of a riddle.
Oh, this is an interesting play. He's just gonna sit up Smithy. Yep. Oh, he didn't. Oh yeah, he did PFI.
Yeah, I think Mishi didn't even grab the eggs,
Nope.
needing to clear out the gold dust. As he will, and then he'll continue on his eggs quest, or maybe he'll just not do eggs. And that'll be for the best, but he won't know that. Not until the end game, anyways.
Michi did not heal Darmani. He has not done eggs for healing.
I forgot that that's actually hard required. Eggs need to be completed first.
Oh gosh, that was not what you wanted to do right there. He dropped the spring water at the wrong spot.
Luckily,
So
it's fine as long as he gets this ice melted.
yeah, it's fine as long as he does this.
This is the ice you really don't want to miss. Equipping Robine's mask before you go into hot spring or water grotto is not something you expect to see. We do get to see it now, it looks like.
Now got the knowledge that he needs 2 song items. Hooray!
Yay!
It doesn't seem like they're in good locations.
It really isn't looking like it.
I think he has clean audio on his end. Um, um, sorry folks, well, Voodoo's dipping snow at temple. Nothing on sound check, dang.
Have we seen any qual where sound check comes into play? I don't feel like we
Nope.
have. No? Oh well.
At this point, it's... What if we haven't done Darmani? We haven't done Poe Hut. And then it's behind Snowhead and stuff behind GBT.
Yeah, we have Springtime and we have GBT.
Oh yeah,
Those are the
Canyon's
big
foolish.
plays.
My bad. And then there's Hall. Has
Oh, yeah.
anybody even been to
That
Hall?
exists. I don't feel like anybody has been, no. But Mitchie having the Mountain Deed in hand, we may be seeing some Zora Hall action. Oh, we have seen stage lights and they're dead. Okay.
The opted Hall except stage lights indeed.
Oh, except. Never mind me.
Unfortunately, Michi showing up right before the aliens cutscene. Feel like I do want people to try to be a little bit more cognizant of this. There's Mask of Truth and Snowhead in that key chest. Got a bow. Like, honestly, the bow kind of locked everything, so. I'm a little surprised that Alf did not do Smithy 1 right here. Like, it's right there.
Yeah, did Alf just come from doing aliens?
Yes, Smithy 1
Yeah.
was right there.
That's
Yeah, bro,
usually
healing
a
on
really
eggs.
good time for it too. Right after you've done aliens is a really nice time to come up to Smithy 1 because you're barely waiting the clock if you're waiting at all. And fire arrows are in Pinnacle Rock. Oh, that was said by Revan. Never mind.
Oh,
I mean,
Alf
it's still
already
true.
did Smithy 1? Okay.
Darmani giving another bottle.
It's looking like healing's bad. Kind of expected.
Yeah, it is confirmed not useful. Unless you like bottles.
It's really Snowhead or GBT or the checks in Hall.
Won't be too
Has
much
anybody-
longer until we see springtime, though.
Has anybody done the Picto Box Tingle check? Because nobody's done Playground. Except for one person.
Yeah, somehow we haven't seen Tingle. I don't know why we wouldn't see Tingle. Where was the Picto Box? It was somewhere
It was on Deku
significant.
Playground, which most people haven't
Oh,
touched.
yeah. There's one person who's done it, so yeah.
Tingle Picture was a sword?
So the two swords are the Tingle Picture and Woodfall Temple? We actually have two swords in play? Let's go.
At this point, I'm not even thinking like the song item is just not just there. It might just be a bottleneck for the song.
Yeah, at least the first song. We're probably still going to. Well, realistically, I think the song item for Oath is just going to be blocked behind Stone Tower.
Yes, there was a third foolish. It was beneath the well. At this point, we're down to Hall Snowhead Temple or Great Bay Temple for progression. Or and then Dog Race. Like Dog Race could be it. I don't think there was anything else.
I'm gonna say that you're probably right, but I can't really confirm. There's still room for us to find All Night Mask somewhere, and then get both our song items off of Grandma.
All duplications not allowed in standard.
And neither is
Or like,
duplicating their contents
yeah,
in any way, shape, or form, whether that's equip swapping or the weird thing where you ESS your bottle as you're giving it to Curiosity Shop. I probably didn't explain that trick correctly, but that thing that you do to the Curiosity Shop man where you rip him off, not allowed.
what was the last way of the hero? Road to Icona.
It's still kind of crazy that the way of the hero is just really one item chain. Nope, no conspiracy at all. The Wathins did not conspire against the runners in any way. So we're seeing that Alf and Mitchie are pretty much around the same amount of progression. Mitchie a little bit behind. And it's pretty much just coming down to them who finds the song items they need first. I imagine that we're going to see Snowhead being cleared out, as well as their springtime checks. And then we're going to see Great Bay Temple, and then play will proceed from there.
What could really be spooky is Litter the Cafe at this point.
Yeah, it could be okay for Mitchie. I don't know what time it is for Alf, but
It's not going to be okay for Michi either.
yeah, I
Almost too
assumed
late.
that he was inverted, but no, he's not inverted, so it's not good for him.
Yeah, neither of them inverted.
Looks like they entered Snowhead around the same time, too. It would probably take about 2 hours to get to Goat from where Mitchie is, so. Happy 2 hours, everybody. This is around the time where metagaming starts to happen. Because if you look at any of the top runners in the game, you're thinking, 2 hours and nobody's finished, huh? Well, something's bad.
Let's go check Goron Race.
Let's go do it.
I did not see what was in the springtime check, the first one. Is it the synchronize that just happened?
I did not see it either. Unfortunately, I'm sure one of the trackers can tell us. Please. Thank you.
Voodoo's doing the dog race.
We're wondering what's behind the waterfall. I was so confused why Alf was in the bomb shop, but they're getting a keg. And warping out of the grotto is actually a pretty good play. That's a good time. If you're going to leave the mountain, that's definitely the time to do it. We will see if Alf goes directly into Goron race or not. I'm skeptical that he'll go directly into the race, but we will see. Yeah, no, he's jumping off the cliff. You can swim through a lot of the water before that blows up. I'm always used to just using an arrow to quick detonate the cave, but that's way smarter if you have Zora to just jump in the water and swim around.
Thinking those checks. Alright, we're seeing Alpha Goron race. Still, I'm gonna refresh my stream, so...
You know, I didn't know that you could talk to Baby Goron from basically right at the entrance.
Yeah,
It's just
Baby
like with
Goron has
the
like a
witch lady.
huge target radius.
That's my problem. I don't think of targeting people to talk to them, and that will expand the range where which I can talk to people. Even though I've been doing the witch trick for so long.
Yeah, this seed is very bottlenecked right now, and it's probably in a pretty bad location at this point. Oh,
They could just both be in Great Bay Temple, though. Or one of them, at least. Which I wouldn't really say is bad, because we've had the new wave since we got Goron and Zora, basically.
okay. Captain's hat's on. Keg trial.
Who picked up that piece of information?
Chewie did. At this point, like if it's literally elegy on Captain's hat here, I guess what you'd want to do for safety is just do the ocean spider house check, just in case it's there for mirror shield.
I feel like the moment you know that it's a song hunt, that it's a safe play to just rush the back of ocean spiders, but I feel like nobody agrees. I mean, if the one song you're hunting, or no, if you know it's all songs, it's a safe play. If the only song, you don't ever know that the only song you're hunting is Captain's Hat, usually, though. If you have all the song items except for Captain's Hat, then yeah, definitely don't check the back.
What's the other bow on day 2, Smithy?
Have we seen 3 bows now?
Yes, that we've seen 3 bows. The other one was in Snowhead Temple.
Oh, true. We do have logically available Bank 3 at this point. Just now opening with Captain's Hat.
Voodoo is still missing Zora. That's just never going back for it.
I think they might be going now. Picking up the Mountain Deed off the tree. Getting lucky with that bat, just bailing out of the attack. We could even see something relatively boring, and Knight 2 Grave has our Mirror Shield. In which case, Alpha's shaping up real well. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. We're seeing the Knight 2 Grave check before doing the song check, which is rather interesting. I personally always leave it for last because I like to just warp away from here, because going backwards through Knight 2 Grave is something
Nobody
I
likes
don't wish
going back
upon
through.
anybody.
Nobody likes going backwards through Knight 2 Grave.
Although there have been decent setups found for doing it with a little less frustration. So if I were to learn that, I'd probably hate it less. But Alf isn't using any of those. Although sniping the bats from that spot is actually makes that a lot nicer. That was quite the jump Alf did.
Voodoo's finally gonna get Zora here.
Let's go. Now we just need... Oh wait, Chewie did get the Goron mask. Never mind. I didn't see that happen, but it happened.
I kind of want to see this before we open a bet for Mirror. Just see the song.
Yeah, that will inform things a little better. Because if this is Oath, we are kind of out of options. It's like Great Bay Temple is the answer.
Nope, it's Elegy. So, We're on an oath hunt, and oath can be anywhere for behind this mirror shield. This mirror shield can be literally anywhere in the game, except for
It
the
is
foolish
only
regions.
locking egos.
So open up your. It's now time for a bet. This is a fun seed to close
Open
things
up your
out.
wallets, place your bets. Wait.
I am so surprised. Like, no, I wonder if people have forfeited yet. Like this looks like a bad one.
We are actually all clear on forfeits. I feel like doing the last qual, if you've decided you're doing a qual at all, there is no benefit to forfeiting, no matter how bad this is. Or if you know that, like, whatever score, you're not going to know until you see the first finishing time, really, whether or not you should or should not continue. And we're 2 hours 15 in. I don't think there's going to be too much concern for it.
If we have another song item in lighter chest, this is gonna be silly. Swan
We had a
Spider House
song
is a
item
beat.
we had one with a song item in light arrow chest before.
Ichi's gonna finish eggs and get the bad news.
They won't at the time know, but they'll get the bad news that they did not need to do this at all.
Yeah,
Midnight
the thing
Meeting
is,
is available. Postman's Freedom is less available. We
Postman's
saw that
Freedom
Letter to
is
Mom is
junk.
dead, so that's junk. Ocean title deed could be found leading to it. As impressive as our first bottleneck was, I feel like it was early enough and hinted well enough that it probably didn't frustrate too many runners, but I don't know. Our restream runners have basically recovered from anything from that at the 2 hour point, so it probably doesn't feel that bad to play this seed. We might still see some just forfeits. Forfeits was the word that escaped my head in this moment.
Now resetting time.
Definitely a good play. Like, Letter to Cafe is still on the table. You really don't want to find anything. And it's like pretty good odds you're going to find it at this point.
Ocean Spider House chest is a good place to go check at this point. Never seen anything required in GBT. You missed Qual 12. Qual 12 had something required in GBT. Qual 12
There
had
was a
something
doozy.
required in every dungeon. Except Woodfall. Except Woodfall Temple.
Except
had
Woodfall.
like it just had you do Woodfall anyway for Epona.
Yeah, you could consider Woodfall by that definition for sure. Logically counts. It definitely was the coolest. I think, like, in terms of viewing the seed, Qual 12 may have been the best. And it's the most memorable to the runners. Me, certainly. I've heard that some people were a little frustrated with the fact that the moment you found your keg, you were basically done. But I think that's one of the better parts to it. And I should say further, you found your keg and you still needed to acquire your fire arrows and your light arrows, but you knew what to do because the hints on of saying your two missing items of fire arrows and light arrows are split between Stone Tower Temple and Snowhead Temple basically gave you the blueprint. And there was a clear divide between who's a wart skipper and who's not a wart skipper. And I'm a wart skipper. All day, every day.
We're getting Ocean Spider House, Chess. This is a trolley chat, guys. Sometimes just forget to do it.
I think I might be one of the few people that like actively enjoys doing this check. I don't know. Maybe people like it, but I definitely like it. It seems like the meta is to never do this check because everybody's been putting it off. But I like going for it the moment that it opens up. Not logically even, just the moment I can physically enter. The moment I have my hookshot, my bombs, my arrows, my opponent's on. Which in this scene was immediately. I would have had it before Zora's Mask or Goron Mask.
Gee, having a bit of an annoying code right there. Elf, Icona is foolish. Ocean D, that's dead.
Instantly dead, but let's see if Michi goes for it. Nope, they have the calm presence of mind to not push that. I don't possess such a presence of mind. I would actually go for the ocean deed and then realize that Icata Canyon was foolish. Because I'm very affected by shiny objects. I didn't even notice as I was going on my rant about forgetting Icata Canyon is foolish. We have Alf doing Pamela. Very nice.
So you want video to hate everything about this seed is what you want, Mizu? So I should probably give some pointers to about fighting Goat. He was not spacing out his arrow shots long enough right there.
Oh yeah, that's a tricky thing to get the feel for the timing in between shots. There's like a good amount of stun time that Goat has where you're not allowed to hit him. The stun time is longer than your reload time.
Alf's going
But
Stone
only by
Tower.
like half a second. Does Alf have a bean in their inventory?
Wow, really? That's Caro on that check?
Where was Gibdo Mask again?
Gibdo was in Woodfall. I'm so surprised that Garo was there.
Well, I guess that could have been your Icana access.
Yes.
I don't think it would have been, but
I was genuinely under the expectation that Garo was going to be behind Icon Access in this.
have we even really found any significant items behind the Icana Canyon? Like nothing at all.
No,
and I guess
we have not.
That has been given away by the hints that it's not possible. By directly Icana Canyon anyways.
There's a good chance that Mirror's in... Like, it's extremely likely it's in Stone Tower or Mirror Shield at this point.
Stone Towers, Great Bay Temple, just Stone Tower, the area up top here. All very good candidates right now. And we're going to have to wait to see about those chests up top. Alpha isn't doing them right now. And we have Mitchie going for the dog race, I believe.
Before we're all wrong and it's bank 3.
Yeah.
Or it'd be bank 3 letter to cafe.
Please. I hate letter to cafe being on the bank, especially bank 1. I feel like that's the worst one. Because if you're not set up to do letter to cafe at the moment, and to be fair, until the point where you have letter to cafe, you probably should never progress past day 2. Aside from your first cycle stuff. I definitely didn't complete my thought, but I have lost where I was in my own thought, so it's never going to be finished. I looked away. Did that key chest actually have something?
A cat-based mask in that key chest.
Oh my god.
I wonder if somebody's gonna gamble that as a bad location and then just win.
So what does betting have to say about items leading to something? Like if somebody bet on that specific chest and Cafe's mask, Midnight Meeting has it, and nobody bet midnight meeting. Did they win, I guess?
I think they win if it is on midnight meeting. Yes.
Do they also win if somebody did bet midnight meeting? We need
But
the
yeah, like
council of
this
betters.
Oh, Michi's going for bank 3. We're going to see it.
Now is a good time. He's at least pushing bank 2. Or just Camaro? No?
Already
Yeah, going
got
to the
bank 2
dongos?
done.
Oh yeah, just sniping off these guys.
The Enos are the fastest enemies to farm.
I guess that makes sense.
It's just they're close by.
And with the bubbles, you kind of have a lot of running back and forth, waiting for them to respawn, where with the Enos, you have all of them that you need right there. Oh, and it's next to West Lockdown. That's the bigger factor, isn't it? The bubbles are all the way on East Lockdown.
Oh. Yeah.
Is he going to go all the way?
Bank 3 is nothing.
Oh, that was Bank 3. Dang. I didn't realize Michi has been farming money this whole time. This really is a good final qualifier.
Yeah, an oath hunt. So, welcome to the Raiders. We are on an oath to order hunt, and that means we need a mirror shield to get our oath to order from Egos, the iconic king. And it can be anywhere. Absolutely anywhere. It's a fantastic way to end off our quals. Fantastic to watch, but if you're playing this is the worst thing.
But you kind of expected it. And it looks like ZSR3 was having some Zelda 2. I didn't check if it was a randomizer or not, but it was Zelda 2 being played. So quite a different pace.
Michi's going
It was the
GBT.
randomizer, cool. Michi's going the place I kind of want it to be, even though I did say inverted stone tower chests as my bet. I do actually more want it to be. If I were running this, I'd want it to be in Great Bay Temple.
So you can use light arrows for Iconic Castle. However, to defeat the battle with the Iconic King, you need the Mirror Shield. It is hard required.
Yeah, for Voodoo, they do not have fire arrows primarily because of finding a relatively late Zora mask.
Wait, Voodoo really did eggs and skipped the chest in Pinnacle Rock?
Trackers? Question mark? Wow, okay.
Who's having a hard time today? Must be really unhappy about missing Zora. Maybe just skip the checks? I'm not sure why. There's another bottle in GBT. I think that's all the bottles.
That double slide off the left side of the platform in Great Bay Temple on Voodoo's side doesn't feel nice. That is a very hard skip, but it really does help the process along. From what I understand, once you learn the setup, it is a lot easier to do, but still you can get things like that happen where you angle a little bit off to the side and, well, Goron taking a swim.
Alf, you really didn't grab that?
What was it? Was it Great Fairy Sword?
That looked like the land deed.
Ah. Now is not the time to skip something like that.
Hunters need coffee. I know. That really feels like it.
So we bring it up a good point. Swamp Way of the Hero. Maybe it's for the land deed off of Twin Mold. Maybe it has nothing to do with that, all of that bomb path logic.
Moonsteer
There's
was
a bit of
fierce
irony
needy.
to the fact that Alf is going directly to the scrub where he would be giving the land deed to.
Yeah, the Moon's tier was FD. And that's at least he's not gonna get too too punished just because you can walk into the warp and get it again. And when you've beaten Twin Mold, the game will auto flip you back into inverted Stone Tower.
Yeah, because the only thing that actually flips Stone Tower back is soaring out of it. And by warping directly outside to Icata Canyon, the state maintains itself. I wonder if they're going to go back into the temple. Maybe if this fails, he'll go back into the temple. Let's see if my bet comes true. Is it the left chest?
I feel like if it was in those chests, someone would have been done by now.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because the top runners are probably going to be dungeon rushing.
Haven't seen
We have
anything
Mitchie
in
checking
GB.
Wart, so all of GBT is done now, I would believe.
If it's that cafe's mask, this is another bad scene. Like,
I already forget where that ended up. Where was the cafe mask?
inverted stone tower temple. It was the small key chest on the
The
right.
key. Yeah, okay. The updraft room key.
Okay, he grabbed it.
I feel like sometime between his first skipping of it and now, he just like, wait, swamp wath. This could be big.
No one's done uninverted SCT. That is correct. Actually, hold on. Is it that or midnight meeting?
At this point, yeah, it's down to that or Georg.
That guy org or midnight meeting? Wow. Yeah, if nobody's done at this point, someone should rush midnight meeting.
Like, at this point, we could have a vanilla letter to cafe.
Or everybody else didn't do beavers.
You
That's
know?
the other thing. Oh, someone else has to have done beavers at this point.
21 entrants, none of them did beavers. I believe it. With a Pona start and your early hook shot, like, I feel like a lot of people would have gone to Zora Keep or early and then gotten their Zora mask later in the chain because it was a little annoying. And then they're like, you know what? Beaver is the last thing I'm doing. I'm not climbing the trees again. It can wait. It'll be fine.
And then 2 hours later. That's
It
certainly how it
wasn't
goes with
fine.
beavers. That's generally how it goes with beavers. Like, I'm just going to put it off and then I do it 2 hours later. Everybody does that. Like, it's a check where you either do it now or you do it like 2 hours later. It's not even a joke.
There's no in between. Like, you're either rushing it or you're never doing it.
No, it's just the awkwardness of the check. It's quite literally just like that.
It takes a long time to reach. It takes a long time to do. You're committing a lot of time to one singular check.
And that's the big reason why it's a sometimes in these settings. All right, here's Georg. Nope,
Yep.
nothing in GBT. And Fisherman game is hinted dead.
this may go down as our longest qual before a first finish. I feel like the longest that I've seen before was about the 2:45 mark.
To be fair, Qual 14 finished because Video did clown routing and freaking got incredibly lucky. Like, if you don't clown route, you don't get a time like how he got in that.
Okay, I don't have experience with what the times were for 14. I guess they
He
were around that bad.
2:33. How is the
Okay.
seed? It's pretty bad. We're hunting for a
It's a mirror shield hunt.
it's a mirror shield hunt. It can be anywhere.
And that does include in Stone Tower light arrows.
Yeah, we have only uninverted Stone Tower Temple and Midnight Meeting left. And Beavers. Don't forget Beavers. I always forget Beavers.
And beavers.
And those are like, you think the other quals were bad. This is what you call bad. Just a bad, really annoying mirror shield hunt. Like, this is
I think,
worse than the ISO spot for qual 14.
yeah, I would say so. I feel like through the process of these quals, I've been convinced that having songs on song locations isn't necessarily a good thing. Yes, it does give a lot of structure, but I don't think that structure is good.
I think that this can happen either way. It's just sometimes they're just in bad location and completely unhinted.
Yeah, but like
Alf,
these
please set
three are
midnight
some of
meeting.
the worst locations in the game, if not the worst locations in the game.
Okay, Alf is setting up midnight meeting.
Our first midnight pusher. Does that have other meanings? It sounds like it does.
All right, what's your plan from here, Alf? Are you gonna do uninverted?
I
Going
mean, what else do you
coast.
do? Oh yeah, he should definitely get the dungeon out of the way. Or coast. Never mind.
This is sewers. He hasn't done sewers yet.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then Elf going to uninverted stone tower after this would be a good use of time, I think. It would work out to
Amaro,
roughly midnight.
Alf's avoiding GBT because this is a literal mirror shield hunt for Oath, and it's as bad as you think it is. Like, we're down to like 7 checks for it. Not yet, music.
And it's not even a matter of nobody on Restream has found it. Nobody has finished yet. Longest
Yeah.
qual on record to be the final. Just as it should be.
Oh, the bet wasn't closed. Yeah, like at this point, it could totally end up being just such a bad spot that everybody last locations it. Okay, there we go. The bet's closed.
Maybe it's a factor of like methodologies are canceling each other out. Like the people who have good execution are saving beavers for last, and the people who aren't as high up on the execution went for beavers, but they haven't finished yet. Imagine if this is just the great equalizer seed and like everybody is finishing in 3 hours. The good runners, the less good runners.
Canyon. Alf still forgetting Canyon's foolish.
And he does, for a fact, know that Canyon is foolish. I can see it on his hints tracker.
Where was Captain's at? Keg trial.
I am a little shocked that nobody on Restream has done beavers, though. As much as we're saying, like, it's a bad check to go for, like, I feel like nearly 3 hours, somebody should have done beavers by now. But as we were saying before, it really is just you save it for last or you rush it. And we're about 10 minutes away from everybody being their last check.
Thankfully,
Maybe longer, I don't know.
it wasn't super bad to like do things.
Yeah, because we've had good like dungeon clearing availability, and after we got through our Goron Mask, Zora Mask fiasco in Stockpot Inn, we had pretty good movement through everything.
All right, we're getting uninverted.
How many bets do we have on Light Arrow Chest?
Nobody bet.
Really,
I'd be
nobody?
surprised. Like,
I'd be surprised if nobody bet it.
All right, nothing on that one. Yeah, that's an extremely bomb-lot bomb bag.
Yep. And it is our third bomb bag. We haven't seen Blast Mask, though. So we haven't found
Blast
Bubble
Mask was
exclusive.
on Go. No,
We have seen
Alf
it.
didn't pick it up. I saw
According
Chewy
to the
pick it up.
trackers, nobody has picked it up.
Chewy did pick it up.
Okay, just not marked on their tracker. That's fair. I tend to not mark my masks either.
All right. 2 more checks.
Stock pot in, coming in clutch with 3 items.
I think it's something. It's got to be on these in checks now. Either that
Yeah,
or
it's
beavers
literally
or
down
light
to
arrows.
only in checks. And whatever's behind letter to cafe, which is inherently now restricted to the inn. Imagine grandma's holding letter to cafe. What, like, that's conspiracy level relationship tampering. Letter to cafe vanilla is also nice as a potential. Or we've just gotten extremely baited and it's on light arrow chest.
We're getting beavers.
Or beavers. Beavers let us free.
Like, if it's really on beavers, I swear.
It doesn't seem that likely. Like somebody would have finished pre 3 hours.
Light arrows, midnight meeting, grandma stories, or beavers.
Or anything that's locked behind letter to cafe.
And it's not light arrow chest. It's gonna be in the end. It's gonna be in the end. I'm just thinking it's gotta be there.
Voodoo is going to confirm the inn having a third item sooner or later. Right about the time that Alpha is going to actually confirm it. Yeah, Goron mask, Zora mask, those weren't Wath. It was for our mirror shield. That was the Wath hint.
Not beavers, it's the end. Behind this stone tower stuff. It's all night mask.
Grandma with the tampering, let's go.
And Eris has finished in first place.
Let's go.
Congrats on sub 3 and this absolute piece of crap.
We still got somebody with the sub. I do believe this is the longest first finish on record for quals.
Like, imagine fetch quest behind an uninverted stone tower. What?
Oh yeah, we haven't confirmed that it's grandma tampering yet. We have to actually see the letter to cafe first.
The worst thing about Oathlast's location is that you have to wait for midnight. That is correct.
That's why Alf is set up in a kind of good position with just we personally know that there's nothing that's going to have him hung up from Great Bay Temple, so he's just going to be able to kill time through Great Bay Temple. Happy 3 hours of nobody finished yet. Still not even a go mode. Correct. And through this endurance match of a seed, we've had on the tracking team Steve Master 92, Elio, Missouri Fox, and I'm marked as tracking, but I got swapped up to commentary, and I have not done any tracking. But also on commentary, we have the Wayfaring Fox, or Fox for short, and then our runners, Michi, Alf, Voodoo Monkey, and Chewy. And thank you to our restreamer. I'm not sure who it is, but thank you. Restreaming is quite the task, and we have found our mirror shield on Grandma Short Story, I guess? Or was it the long story?
It was the long story.
So Alf had to do a cycle reset. Very nice. Or no, never mind. Never mind. He didn't do a cycle reset. I was so stuck on the letter to cafe thing, you don't even know. I wanted it so bad.
So Letter Cafe has to be in a foolish location then. Dang.
Yeah, maybe it's on Pohut or behind the ocean deed.
Or in the
Or
well.
in the well. We've had a scene where that was required, these quals. A letter in the well, I think. And of course, thank you to our seed roller, Arrow. Couldn't have done this without you at all. Is commentary allowed to roll seeds? because I feel like I've missed an opportunity. Nobody will know what a Yoshi seed is like for a Yoshi qualifier seed is like. Usually the restreamer. Okay, that's probably for the best. Because the restreamer coordinates most things at the beginning of a restream. Going directly for the sword slash on the twin mold tail by Michi. Very nice. Required moon crash. There are ideas in my mind for how that would happen, but they are not even close to implemented yet. There's a potential in entrance rando, but that would be such a hidden option once it did become available.
He's, I don't know, for finishing in second with a time of 3:04.19. So
GG, I don't know.
Hooters doing seahorses. And he's soaring away. He must have made a tracking mistake.
Yeah, that is rather unfortunate. We might actually see a forfeit for this, because when you mark something off in your head as having gotten it, it's extremely hard to go back for it.
I mean, there's only so much of the game you can do. Like, this is like nearly full clear seed. Just because of all night masking on inverted 2 mirror shield. You don't really go for that.
Yeah.
He might honestly be stuck right here. This might have been like the last thing he could have thought of. We'll see. And Boo has finished in 4th place with a time of 3:06.29. So yeah, 3-hour seed. Not much else you can really do. Just bad. Just a bad seed. I'm a bad seed.
I'm the best seed. Okay, so right now Chewy is at 27th seed, but all of their scores are in the range between 600 and 700, so any high ranking scores, which with a 3-hour finish time, I think the 800, 900 range is going to be like anything finishing about 320. if anybody is a lot better at doing the actual math than my rough approximation guessing, you can inform me about what the points ranges are. But yeah, if Chewie is finishing relatively soon, they're going to be defending their spot. Voodoo
What?
Monkey, the point range is 500 to 700, so they're looking to place really high to keep in. I heard a what? Was I just throwing too much words around? Or did something happen?
Yeah, he's in the I don't know what I missed moment. If you're new to Rando in general, like you can have this moment, like you just be completely confused on what to do. Like everybody's gone through it, I say.
Yeah, when you skip a check like this, there comes a moment where you're just like, I'm out of things to do. And it's really hard to take that, like, imagine you're trying to find something in your room and you've checked everywhere and you're just like, where did I lose my wallet? I haven't left the house today. Where could it possibly be? Like running through your simulation of your day, finding where was the last spot I saw my wallet? Where is it? I can't find it. I've done everything. It's really hard when you get into this scenario to get
What did he
yourself out
mark
of it.
off? He marked the Pinnacle Rock lower chest off. It has fire arrows that is required in this scene.
When Voodoo Monkey went through, he didn't do seahorses, did he?
He did do seahorses. Didn't check the chest.
That really even that makes the problem even worse.
I think he must have marked it off.
This is a scenario where like there's probably something that happened in your immediate environment that got you distracted in the moment, and like you were at the area where the chest is, but you were just like thinking you were somewhere else because you in the moment took your attention away from the game. But I'm being hyper speculative at this point.
Ace Slayer getting 5th place with the time of 3:11:13.
So it's looking like Mitchie could very well claw his way up into the top 32.
And like, what even does Michi have left? Not too much, but she's just gonna need to wait for night 3, unfortunately.
Yeah, Mitchie has all the dungeons cleared. It just has to wait now. At this point, they've picked up their all-night mask. That's good. I wasn't paying too close attention to what was happening, but I see it off on his tracker.
Are you gonna wait?
There might genuinely be nothing else for him to do at this point.
Like, if you have to choose between waiting and doing the other check, you save scum and do the other check first, is how I go about it.
What other check is Michi on?
Is midnight meeting and then all night mass checks. It's save scum midnight meeting.
I don't think I'd do it.
Like the save scum the all night mass checks. Do them first, and then you could do midnight meeting.
This is enough time I would wait. There is a certain amount of overhead that goes into the save scumming. It's about half as long as waiting right now, but
GG's to Cariosa, finishing in 6th place with a time of 3:14.16. So. Cariosa was one of the people in the running for needing a good time to qualify. With this seed getting that time, I'm pretty sure Cariosa is going to get in to the bracket. Right. And Alvis finished in 7th with the time of 3:15.08.
Hello, hello.
hello.
How's it going, guys?
Good. GG's on that mess of a seed.
Welcome on in, Alf. I wasn't sure who joined. I mean, it makes sense that it has to be Alf, but I wasn't sure, so I needed to actually tab back into Discord to check. But hello, Alf. Welcome on in.
3:15.08.
I see everybody else on the restream is still missing Mirror.
Michi's gonna get mirrored now because he literally ran. Is almost out of checks.
Okay.
Alf, I wasn't sure.
Honestly, I feel like I cursed everybody. I said like something like I think we joked about song items being on one of the other checks in the end, and then it ended up happening.
We did. I didn't think it was going to actually happen that Stock Potted was going to be triple Wath, but here we go.
Reasons. Yeah, super loaded, and just all of them were so far apart logically.
Yeah, it was bad. Like on Restream, everybody except Michi got tripped up by Goron and Zora being both in the inn behind that stuff. Voodoo never went back to the inn for Toilet Hand. I think you missed Goron for a while, right?
Yeah, it took me a little while to get it, but it wasn't like super far out for me. As soon as I got Lens, like I knew, as soon as I saw that Lens was on that ledge, I was like, oh, it's got to be Shiro then for the key. Or for something, I guess, and then I got Key, and then I got Goron. It wasn't too bad for me.
Yeah.
Mirror Shield was the biggest delay, by far.
I mean, Keg Trial is not something you do early. Or at least a lot of runners don't do it early. and then an inverted stone tower. So
But, like, there's a lot of silly things in there, like the triple Wath Inn, and then there was Zoe's Grotto, and
Yeah, Zoe's Grotto for Deku Mask was something.
which logically
And
led
that
to
Deku
everything
Mask
else.
was logically required to go in for both of the items or one of the items, I'm not sure.
Both.
no, Pamela is not required. We have a foolish iconic canyon.
I totally forgot about the foolish Iconic Canyon.
I was wondering if you did, just because you did that and you did Poe Hut.
Yeah. I just completely forgot. What's funny is I never did the grotto, so
Oh, Michi's just gonna mess around during the fight and just make them march.
For
that's great.
6 hours. That's how we do it. This would be the scene where this is the perfect opportunity to do that, to show this Easter egg off. It's a wonderful Easter egg. The Captain's Hat Easter egg is also pretty good, but it does waste time because it's a cutscene. So how are you feeling about 2.5 hours to 2 hours 45 minutes in when you saw nobody finished?
I mean, I knew it had to be, at that point, I knew it had to be somewhere stupid for Mirror Shield, and oh look, it's All Knight's Mask in Stone Tower Temple, uninverted.
Time to go check that one out. That has got to be it.
Fire arrows were in the lower chest in Pinnacle Rock. In GG's the check raise, finishing with a time of
GG check raise.
3:20.22, and in 8th place.
And for Alf, we have on Restream, Voodoo missed their fire arrows. They've been through Pinnacle Rock, they've done Seahorses, but they somehow skipped over the chests. We don't know what happened at the time to make them skip the chest, but now they're trying to think of where they missed. I'm not sure, but I think the standings page is probably going to be frozen for this race, and it will be up once the complete race is finished, and probably after that even there will be verification that has to be done and whatever. I'm sure that on the Discord we will have an announcement the moment it's ready. Yeah, gotta add to the suspense.
GG Drunus.
Jernus finished in 9th with a time of 3:21.47.
Oh no, Voodoo.
Hopefully, this slip up isn't going to make Voodoo. Oh, there's a forfeit come through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Voodoo forfeit.
All right. Yep. So everybody, Voodoo has officially forfeited from the race. It's it sucks. Voodoo's would be very far behind at this point too, since fire arrows locked your progression in the seed.
Yeah. Still needing to find Captain's Hat, Mirror Shield, and then completing the cake trial probably still isn't done yet either. I guess that's where the Captain's Hat is missing.
Yeah, the
And then going through
Captain's
beating
Hat
Stone Tower and Snowhead.
could have avoided Snowhead. It was a massive bait.
Don't do that, Chewie.
Did she accidentally side hop right there?
Early recoil flip.
Okay. GG's to Michi, finishing in 11th place. Time of 3:25:53.
GG Michi.
GG.
Oh, and it appears that Chewie
Yeah.
has decided to forfeit as well.
Oh.
Feels bad, man.
Probably just didn't want to continue. I think that's all right.
Yeah, once you have your top players finishing, it's making a judgment call of do you want to push through, and then you're not going to make a difference to your standings. What's the point, right?
Yeah, Mirror Shield was behind the long grandma story with All Night Mask and Uninverted Stone Tower. That's why it took That's why it took Top Runners 3 hours to finish. Bad location.
Hello.
Welcome on in, Michi and Voodoo.
Welcome. GG guys.
So, did I misread a hint, or did I what check did I miss?
You
Fire arrows were
missed
on the bottom of Pinnacle Rock.
Yeah, the bottom of Pinnacle Rock.
Ah, fuck. Oh well.
Well, you missed the mirror shield hunt that everybody else had to go through, so you were spared that. So, if you haven't heard yet, Mirror Shield was on the second Grandma story, and the All Night Mask is an uninverted stone tower in the map chest.
Welcome on in, Chewie.
DDG.
Did you enjoy me passing my time?
Yes, I appreciated the use of the Egos Easter egg very much. Chewie, if you are talking, there is no mic coming through.
Hey there, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, where is Mirror Shield?
Alright, I can just recap. So yeah, Mirror Shield was on the second Grandma story.
Okay.
And All Night Mask is in the Stone Tower Temple map chest. Uninverted.
Okay. Okay. I think based on how I was going, if we don't consider the performance anxiety and absolutely garbage tier execution, I think it would have been another 45 minutes for me to finish. So I think it was a right call to FF, but GG everyone.
GG.
Oof. That was quite a seed.
You're 3.5 hours in, going into Stone Tower Temple. Like, it's tough.
Yeah. Oh boy. I forgot who said it, but they said the first restream you're on is always going to be trash, and that is 120% true. Because
Yeah, no, any anxiety you usually have is tripled.
yeah, I know. I'm so glad I'm flushing this out of the system. So hopefully when bracket starts, it'll be much better. But I don't even remember the start. I think I was just going back and forth because I was forgetting things. I remember I completely forgot to put on the tracker. I picked up the kind of access, and then I just forgot about it. And then I forgot to peek the Goron Village ledge, so I completely missed the lens there. And then halfway through eggs, I circled back. I circled back because it was like on my mind, and I was like, I hope this is nothing. And it was actually something because it was Shiro, and then Shiro gave me room key, and then it was Goron Mask, and then from there it was just pretty bad. Took the shrine bait, and then. Yeah, it was tough.
It was a very tough seed and a very fitting way to end our qualifier season
Yeah. You could say that, I guess.
with the top times averaging at 3 hours.
It's bound to happen if Fox is on comms.
Yeah, the
It is
average is
inevitable.
303.24.
Yeah.
Damn, we still got enough points. That's cool.
Nice to see that for the last qual, I rolled probably the worst qual seed that we've had.
Yeah, this one might be up there.
I'd say it's up
pretty
there.
gross. It was pretty gross.
It's one of the grossest seed I had in a while now.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
we found Keg early, and I was like, all right, this is gonna be Jet, but apparently not.
It was looking
Everybody
really
was
good.
complaining in the first half that we had too many jet seeds, and we delivered on the second half.
Yeah.
So this seed is like, oh, you don't want a jet seed? Understood.
Understood.
I mean, I'm
The end
happy
of
if
my-
it's not a chat, but still.
The end of my first cycle was pretty nice. Just like the logic just told me right where to go for that. Just
Yeah.
went right to Shiro, right back to the inn.
GG, Nika.
GG.
The hit structure was phenomenal. Like, the fact that one item out of Stockpot Inn was consuming 3 hits is amazing.
I mean,
Not
it's
great,
not so bad.
but
It's like if it was possible, this seed could have very easily just had every hint been stockpot in. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there
and
was-
then to make up for
scared.
it, Stockpot Inn just had 3 items that you needed.
It
So
had
it
it
counterbalanced itself.
You know, I got those 2 items, like Goron and Sora, back to back. Like, right next to each other. I was like, okay, hint fulfilled. Nothing else I can get there.
Yeah, that was amazing to watch.
I didn't have paper when I went in there the first time.
I think you were the only person to have them both happen, like one after the other.
Yeah, I think first cycle I got Zora with Mountain Deed, and then I just completely forgot about In for a while. Bad mistake.
Yeah, I got my one item. Well, the rest could wait. It couldn't be anything more.
Yeah. Also, Deku Mask and Zoe Grotto for your logical progression through the seed.
Yeah,
I
the
read that
Deku Mask being required for both of those Goron Mask and Zora Mask checks.
Yep. Oh, also, I got bottle percent at what? 33 hours, something minutes. And I did 2 bottle eggs, which was bait.
Eggs was bait in general, and this is a great seed to skip eggs because barren interior, but seed's like, hey, you have all of these bottles, you have all this stuff, go do eggs. You're not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah, I got Zora so late I had 4 bottles.
If I may explain, this is not a seed where anyone's going to feasibly skip eggs.
No, it's
not a
No
chance.
one's gonna skip eggs.
No, everyone does eggs, and that's what makes it so great.
Yeah,
With Mirror Shield being locked that
deep.
far behind, that deep in Stone Tower, you're bound to do eggs because you get like all the bottles before that.
I think the only way it would have been much safer is if you got a Stone Tower way of the hero in.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have probably sped the seed up by a good 30.
Yeah, instead of Swamp, Stone Tower hint, then it would have been much easier, I would say. Because Swamp was just bombs, right?
Yes, it was just the bomb
bombs.
bags.
Yeah,
it was just bomb bag. Yeah.
You know how they say, like, sometimes you play a seed and you get burned by something and then you just never skip that check ever again? I think Stone Tower uninverted is slowly rising up the tier list of things that
that happened to me in an earlier qual. I last location in uninverted, and it was the seed that had vanilla light arrows.
Oh.
So...
Love it.
I've been burned by uninverted Stone Towers so many times, but I still do still last location it because there is absolutely no reason to go there.
It sucks.
Yeah,
unless there's a hint, of course, or you have nothing else to do. But yeah.
Look, I think this is the
with
season
S2,
2 Keezy. Yeah, season 2 Keezy meta rush all temples. Even if it's just a dip.
Meta is definitely rush dungeons.
Yeah, dungeons are very strong in these settings.
Yeah, there are 5 chests in uninverted Stone Tower now, so it's considerably more likely for there to be stuff in Stone Tower in S2.
Yeah, with how late it is in the logic, it's very likely it's go mode as well.
Yeah, it's still likely. It's just, but the fact that there's more checks, it just makes it more likely for there to be stuff.
What I do?
Happened?
I pressed a button. Oops.
You accidentally hit no longer done and then forfeited.
Oh, oops.
Oh.
Oh no.
What
that
the
was
fuck?
bound to a live split hotkey?
I guess so.
That's unfortunate. I don't know if that can be fixed, but I hope it can.
Hard to say.
Probably taught to the mods. Like, we know you finished.
I mean, you can just watch the finish. You can see the chat and everything, so that should be easy to do.
But
since you are on restream.
Yeah, it was also on restream.
Yeah.
I just talked to Drew about it. Probably. Well, any last words before closing this out?
Me and Brusler are the 2 that are still up in the air, depending on when he finishes.
Yeah, I guess leading off of that, it does say, keep an eye on the MMR Discord. I'm assuming they will announce top 32 once it's all confirmed when this race is done.
Yeah,
it was,
probably a few hours off of it just to do
Yeah.
verification stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially with some of these finishes possibly being really late with how bad this seed is.
Mhm.
Yeah, there might still be some shuffling happening.
I think even without the top 32 brackets, the quals are really fun to join.
Oh yeah, no. These calls have been great.
Yeah, it was really stressful if you played a bunch of your matches early on, and then you watch all these top players start getting their scores in, and then you start dropping further and further and further into the standings.
Yeah. Oh, that was me for a while because I was at the back of top 32 for a little while, and then one of the last seeds, I think it was qual 13 or 14, and I'm like, okay, I only have one race left. Oh, I'm no longer in a spot where I can get in. I'm like, well, I'll just restream the last one then.
Well,
So fun fact about my quals run. When my third qual was the one where I actually did a moon crash and still proceeded to finish the seed. And
Right.
that qualifier is the seed that scored me the most points.
Points are
So-
weird sometimes.
And because it drops your top score, it's also the seed that doesn't count.
Ooh.
right. Yeah, excited
Get
for
Randomizer.
brackets to get started.
Yeah,
Likely to
definitely
face.
definitely keep an eye
Yeah.
out for a ping in Discord about more stuff with brackets when that's gonna be. But for that, I guess we're done here. But beforehand, let's follow the commentators, follow the trackers, follow everybody, including the runners. And with that, we will catch y'all later.
Have a good one, guys.
Hey guys.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, chill.